Hey 143 fam, I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. We are going to take a look at love for the second half of the month in just a minute. But first, for those of you who would like to be considered for a free reading this month, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below your video, and I will alert winners on Instagram and on Twitter at the very end of the month. If you don't have Instagram or Twitter, just Google me at UrbanSoulGuru and I will come up. My profile is public, so you won't have an issue finding that information there. For those of you who do have Instagram, catch me every Friday this month in celebration of reaching 10,000 subscribers last month. I am doing a little giveaway each Friday where you get to ask me one free question. I choose a handful of winners. It's been a lot of fun. So make sure you follow me at UrbanSoulGuru. Now let's take a look at love for the second half of September. Hey Scorpio, this reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising in Love, September 15th through the end of the month. Scorpio in Love, September 15th through the end of the month. Scorpio in Love, September 15th through the end of the month. Scorpio, I'm picking up on two energies. And it feels like two conflicting energies. On one hand, I'm picking up on reconciliation. And for some of you, reconciliation is most definitely in store. But I'm also picking up this underlying energy, and it could be a concern for some of you thinking about getting back into a relationship. It's a lack of gratitude from a partner. This doesn't feel like your energy, Scorpio. It feels like somebody maybe doesn't appreciate or acknowledge the immense amount of energy and time and love and investment that you put in to your love and into your relationship to show love to a partner. And it feels like that may be weighing some of you down right now. It's like this lack of gratitude and Scorpio not feeling fully appreciated. For some of you, this may be healed at this time, but I will say this, Scorpio, there's a good chunk of you. It feels like you are either going through this experience now, or you may experience this again if you do reconcile with somebody. It's very important to keep your eyes open if you do decide to give somebody a shot at this time or another shot at this time to see, is that pattern still repeating? Has this time apart, has space really opened my partner's eyes to what it is that I do invest into our relationship? Because if that lack of gratitude continues to show up, I see Scorpio growing really frustrated very quickly, and you're just going to step out again, okay? So pay attention to these energies. That's not going to apply to Scorpio across the board. There's a lot of really beautiful energy here too in love, but it's a big message coming through for Scorpio, okay? So pay attention to this as you go into the next couple of weeks. Let's get a little bit more clarity here, Scorpio. Scorpio, yeah, Scorpio in love. Okay, Scorpio, this is all about freedom. I think some of you took your freedom from partners that just didn't appreciate you fully. That's what this energy feels like. Like I'm sitting in this energy, and to be honest with you, Scorpio, it's like it's frustrating to the core. It's like I can feel both sides of it. The energy, the love, the attention, the affection, the very conscious, really beautiful things that Scorpio has even sacrificed to be in a relationship with somebody. And then also the experience of somebody not even seeing, not even recognizing, not even acknowledging that, okay? So if you've gone through that experience, Scorpio, it feels like you're out and you're done. If you give somebody who you've had that experience with another shot, if that shows up, you will take your freedom and it will be permanent this time, okay? So it's really important for Scorpio partners. This may not be an intentional oversight, and it may not be truly a lack of gratitude. It also can be sometimes Scorpio not communicating what they've invested, what they've sacrificed, some of those behind the scenes things that Scorpio does that a partner may not easily be able to understand or pick up. So it is important too, on the other hand, Scorpio, to make sure you're communicating what it is you do for your love and your relationship so your partner can fully appreciate how you show up for them, okay? But if that's not the case, if the communication isn't there, or Scorpio is just putting all in and either not having a partner meet them there, but especially in regards to not acknowledging Scorpio's efforts, that reconciliation won't last, that relationship won't last at this time, okay? So for those of you seeking freedom, you already know this is a pattern. And it feels like for the majority of you, if you've seen that pattern, you're probably already out. This feels like freedom you've already taken. This feels like a separation that has already occurred, okay? Hence this message of reconciliation and it being a little bit of a conflict, wondering, well, will this partner appreciate me a little bit more this time around? I do think for some of you, you'll have a better result, okay? Sometimes you don't know what you've got until you've lost it. For some of you guys, that's the case. You have a partner who will show back up, and this won't feel like such a burden. They will understand that you need more recognition for your efforts, and you will also communicate a little bit more clearly with your partner so that they really know what you're putting forward. But not for everybody here, okay? So it's really, really important. You will feel that energy right away. It's not just going to sneak up on you. It's just going to feel like, oh, we're right back to that old pattern, that old karmic pattern, okay? If that's the case, you wind up here again. Okay, but Scorpio, look, this is really beautiful. So we go from freedom here to honeymoon. Some of you have taken your freedom and you're giving it another shot, and you wind up here in this honeymoon phase, okay? This new beginning. This feels like a new beginning, especially if you travel together. There's water elements here, but this could also just be Scorpio, okay? Being Scorpio's full self, really feeling connected to your own depth. I'm getting depth of conversation here. I'm getting a lot of emotions. I'm getting emotions that were a little sporadic, people who were a little reactive, are now calm waters. Okay, so I'm getting calm waters equaling calm emotions. So the separation for many of you did the trick. If you get back together, it's more peaceful. There's just like this fluid conversation. There's a lot of depth here. It's very peaceful. I get a lot of joy sitting at the center of your reading with this honeymoon card, okay? But travel feels really big for you guys. If you're single, travel if you can. You may be traveling because you finally have your freedom and you're just out. For some of you, this travel is a move. For others of you, it's like a well-deserved retreat or vacay, just to regroup, okay? And then you get back into the swing of things when you come home, but you don't come home with the weight. So if you feel like you're traveling and you're getting away from a tough situation, you won't come home with that weight. It doesn't mean there still won't be some emotions to process and work through, okay? Because that's just guaranteed with a breakup, especially if you really love somebody. And I am getting love here. I am getting a lot of love and a lot of depth with this. I'm getting a lot of emotional connection. But it feels like the majority of the weight will be lifted if you travel and come home, or by the time you come home from travel, if you guys are traveling over the next couple of weeks, okay? I feel like for some of you, someone's traveling to you, Scorpio. Did you free yourself from a partner? Maybe you guys don't live in the same city, and now they have to come to you because you're not picking up the phone. They have to do that effort. You know, Scorpio, what I'm picking up, wow, I'm getting this really strongly. And then we'll get into this next card, but okay, so this honeymoon card at the center of the reading, what I'm channeling is this. Some of you were traveling constantly to a partner. You had to take time off of work. It was a lot of money, but not to mention also very draining, especially for those of you who are traveling over water to get to a partner, or very lengthy trips, okay? Because there is this element of a long distance relationship and your partner not realizing the cost, not realizing what you're sacrificing with work in your personal life outside of the relationship, not understanding how draining this travel was for you over and over and over again, okay? If they didn't appreciate it, you are out. But now, Scorpio, because you're not putting in that effort, if this person still wants to be with you, it feels like they're putting in this effort to get to you. And now you have somebody, even just one trip in, like, wow, this cost me a lot of money. Wow, that's not an easy trip. Wow, how many times have you done this for me and I didn't even realize what the cost of all of this was, financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. For some of your partners, their eyes are open, and it wasn't because they aren't grateful for you, okay, or they weren't grateful for you. It's just because they really just didn't understand the whole picture of how you were showing up for them, but they see it now. If that is the case, you wind up here to an expression of love. It feels like this expression of love is expressing love and tact, and you guys both will explore that reconciliation. I'm really getting a lot of reconciliation energy here. I wouldn't be surprised if that card pops. For those of you single, yeah, wow, this is beautiful. For those of you single, you've gotten out of that relationship that was draining, where there was a little bit of a lack of gratitude or a lot of lack of gratitude. It feels like you're taking, whether it's travel or it's a retreat inward, okay? I do see that you wind up here by the end of the month, or at least early October, okay? You wind up here. This love will be new love. It will be an expression of new love. I'm getting flirtation for those of you single. So I don't see that getting too deep too quickly for you, but it does feel like a quality partner nonetheless. But take a look at this. You free yourself, but the reason why you're willing to entertain a reconciliation is because this partner, for many of you, really is the one. It's just challenging. It just feels like you guys, for many of you, there's travel involved to see each other, and that's just challenging. The reconciliation may require someone to move. That could be why I'm getting move energy with honeymoon here too, and it may be a significant move. But it does feel like this person's worth it. But take your time here, Scorpio. You need to know. You need to feel it. You need to see it. You need to hear your partner speak of it, but you also need to see it in their actions that they truly appreciate you. Don't go making these major moves and transitions for a partner who still doesn't express this gratitude at the level that they need to. And for, Scorpio, these readings can go both ways. I'm really not picking up the lack of gratitude coming from Scorpio, but if you feel like that could apply to you, you go, okay, so my partner's been traveling to see me all this time, and maybe I do need to step into their shoes and figure out how much this costs, or the energy. Maybe I should do that one time and see what it's really like to have to do that travel. There's something healing about the partner who hasn't put in as much work really stepping into the shoes of the other partner, because it's like this wake-up call, like, wow, this person's only going to do this if they really love me. No one else would be putting in this much effort or this much time or this much money, okay? So there does feel like a good resolution here. But I think for some of you, you still may be in that, I want to say, that place of frustration. Wow, that almost flew off the table. That place of frustration a little bit, because like this energy comes through as just like frustrated, like how much more could I possibly do to show you that I love you, you know? Some people really are innocent in this. They are so grateful for you. They are so grateful for you. They just don't get it, okay? So look at this. Center the reading. All of these beautiful messages that came through honeymoon, this travel, these calm emotions now, okay, which symbolizes healing. Clarified by keep an open mind. Someone's just open-minded to reconciliation. Somebody's open-minded to having to step up and do some of the work that you've been putting in, Scorpio, to take some of that weight off of your shoulders. But ultimately, it just feels like somebody's ready to get back together, and it feels like you are too. If that's something you're willing to entertain at this time, by the end of the month you feel ready. If you are single, this isn't about a reconciliation with an old partner. If you're single and you're not into the idea of a reconciliation, keep an open mind in regards to people you meet when you're traveling. Someone who's not your type, someone in a foreign country, somebody on an airplane when you normally are super kept to yourself and you're not totally social when you're traveling. Be out there, be social, be open-minded to meeting new people and having new experiences, because love will come through that. Love will either come through that immediately, or it will be on the heels of returning home, because you come home with this more open, more receptive energy. It feels like if you're single, you should travel because you still need to heal. And it feels like you've been drained, and so you really, really, really need a retreat of some sort, okay? But once you get that energy back, it's like you are more open-minded naturally. You know, you have the energy to entertain a new person in a new situation. This ends well for you, Scorpio. It really does. Just keep your eye open for that gratitude component, okay? It's important that you feel appreciated. And if you are doing too much and it's not being reciprocated and you need it balanced a little bit more, I'm definitely getting, so I'm seeing the scales, right? That judgment, the tipping of the scales. You may be putting that weight. It may not be a full-blown breakup, okay? So this doesn't always mean like a full-blown separation. It can. But this also speaks to having healthier boundaries. If something's weighing you down, if you feel trapped because of a situation, just getting out of it, being able to leap over those particular boundaries and that enclosure. Sometimes you can do that and stay in a relationship. It just requires healthier boundaries and making sure that you feel free and you're not weighed down. For some of you, that freedom isn't necessarily taking a break from a partner, but it's taking a break from all that travel, all that money. Okay, you still want to be in this relationship with me? Then prove it. And it does feel like someone steps up for you at this time, Scorpio. If that's the case, I knew this was going to happen. Okay, I knew this was going to pop for you. This expression of love, I was getting reconciliation. You get here by the end of the month. Clarified, my reconciliation. It's just showing up for you, Scorpio. If you want it, it's here for you. Just make sure the scales are balanced. Make sure you have healthy boundaries. If that is the case, there is love here. There is an expression of love. There's an expression for the desire to be together again. Don't be surprised if someone reaches out to you, if you are going through a true separation, reaches out and says to you, Scorpio, I miss you. I just miss you. What do I have to do? I understand that I wasn't pulling my weight. What do I have to do? There's still love here. There's love here and there's positive energy here for you. For sure, over the next couple of weeks. I think for some of you, you're going to need a little bit more time. It's going to require more than 2 weeks for some of this to come full circle, but the conversations will certainly surface. You may need October to see this fully manifest for you, okay? Look at this, crowning the reading, the passion, there's expression of love, there's this fluid conversation, calm emotions, open-mindedness. This could be the one, and ultimately reconciliation. I think for many of you, you're going to be really, really happy with the result, even if you did need a little bit of space from a partner. Bottom of the deck, we have children, we have separation, but luck, I'm going to hold this up too. We have wedding, okay? There is longevity here, but you have to get back to it. And you are right, Scorpio. If you're feeling drained and you feel like someone isn't pulling their weight, you needed to put an end to that experience. You needed healthier boundaries. You did the right thing, okay? But let's talk about this, okay? So we had children, separation, and wedding. Wedding speaking to longevity. Wedding speaking to commitment or recommitting to each other, okay? But this children card, this speaks to healing the inner child. This speaks to healing of children involved, especially if you're parents who are separated. There's a resolution there. I'm getting for some of you too, Scorpio, if you have older children and they're adult children, your kids may be talking you through this. If you have that like really beautiful relationship and friendship that is developed with a child of your own and they're older and then mature, even if you've never had a conversation like this with a child, I feel like for some of you, you may be pleasantly surprised that you are able to actually reach out, say, hey, can I get your opinion on this? It feels like there's a child who's going to encourage you to give somebody a second shot, and it feels like they're right. It feels like they're right on the money as long as that gratitude is intact and there is mutual effort here, Scorpio. It feels like you guys will have a really beautiful couple of weeks ahead. Definitely more peaceful, regardless of whether you want the reconciliation or not. If you're going through separations and you're grieving or you're frustrated, I'm getting some anger for you, Scorpios. Calm emotions you get here. Make sure you do things too to retreat, to allow yourself to get to this place of calm emotions and peaceful thinking and peaceful energy around you. Reconciliation obviously comes through the strongest, but if you're single and you don't want a reconciliation, don't be surprised if the offer gets made regardless. But it does feel like somebody will be showing up that has this energy, right? And lead you to this expression of love. But it does feel like you need October for this to manifest fully. But you're going to be happy when you see these conversations and this energy show up. It's beautiful. It's more peaceful, okay? Scorpio, if you feel like you need more clarity than this, reach out to me. I'm available for private readings. I'm available for energy healing work. I think you guys know that is my bread and butter. I'm a shaman. I'm a Reiki master teacher. Reach out if you feel like you need some healing around this. I'm happy to help you. I'll be back October 1st for your full month of October reading. But in the meantime, Scorpio, I'm sending you so much love, like gratitude. I'll see you guys back here soon. Ciao.